Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to our special celebration today. Every year at this time, we officially honor our winner of our Scottish Rite Distinguished Teacher of the Year Award. And today we honor the 2019 winner, Jacque Rush, instrumental music teacher at Scott Middle School. Wow, that was some feedback. All right. Many of you know the Scottish Rite Honor is one of our most prestigious and distinguished awards in the school district and really the state, an award that recognizes outstanding classroom teaching in Lincoln Public Schools. And I'd like to thank the Scottish Rite of Lincoln for their ongoing support of the Lincoln Public Schools. They join us in the belief that there is no job more important in our community than teaching. I'd like to take a moment to introduce other members of the executive team and Board of Education who are also here to help us celebrate. We have Dr. John Neal back there, okay, and Dr. Larson back there. And from our Board of Education, we have Lanny Boswell, our Board President. Any other board? Okay, good. Jacque has been instrumental in building the music program at Scott Middle School, as many of you know. She's been in education over 40 years and helped open Scott in 1996. Each year, a record number of approximately 300 students at Scott build upon their musical foundations, leading to success in and outside the classroom. Jacque's work has not gone unnoticed by her colleagues in Lincoln and across the state. And here are some words from her nominees that I really wanted to share with you to get a sense of who she is. Jacque has brought smart music to Lincoln, which has had an incredible result with her ensembles. Her success was noticed by others who also brought smart music to their schools. She has done clinics for LPS Professional Learning as well as clinics for Nebraska Music Educators Association. She is always willing to share what has worked for her with other teaching professionals and grow the profession. Another comment, since 1997, approximately 2,300 former students have received individual superior ratings in solo ensemble competitions. She has former students that are now music educators in Lincoln and other cities around Nebraska and the country, and others that are performing professionally across the world. Ms. Rush has helped many students to become lifelong learners in music, performers, educators, consumers, and listeners. She has truly enriched the lives of thousands of students through the years by giving them a great music education. Now I'd like to introduce Bruce Wood with the Scottish Rite to come up and say a few words. Bruce.
Thank you, Eric. I am Bruce Wood, and I'm the General Secretary for the Lincoln Scottish Rite. With me today are Terry Workman in the back, Don. Terry is a former employee of the Lincoln Public School systems and longtime employee, and he was afraid he wasn't going to know anybody here today, but I think he did find somebody to recognize. Also is Don Albright, who is the Venerable Master of Scottish Rite, and Jeff Schumacher is with us also today. Since 1964, the Lincoln Scottish Rite has been honored to sponsor the Lincoln Public Schools Distinguished Teacher of the Year Award. Dr. Joel once stated, the Scottish Rite Award represents the very best of what Lincoln Public Schools is all about. This afternoon we're gathered again to honor Jacque Rush, the 55th honoree and recipient of this prestigious award. Unfortunately, I was not able to be there when we first announced it and presented the award back in the spring, but glad to be here today. One of the missions of the Scottish Rite, Freemasonry, is the support of public school system. The Lincoln Scottish Rite, through its endowed educational fund, has positioned itself to continue to sponsor this award well into the future. We are honored to be able to support this award and look forward to a continued relationship with the Lincoln Public Schools in honoring the Lincoln Public Schools Scottish Rite Distinguished Teacher of the Year. Thank you.
Thank you, Bruce. We have an interactive monitor out on the front walkway out there in the lobby here at the district office where you can find special section, and if you click on it, you can click on it and see all the former Scottish Rite Award winners. So as you're here today helping us celebrate, please take a moment to go outside and you can see all the former winners up there, and they will be recognized in perpetuity on that board, and we're real excited about that. Sometimes we have former winners who come to attend. Are there any former Scottish Rite winners in the room? Okay, we got a couple. Awesome. Thank you for coming and helping us celebrate this distinguished award. Now it's my pleasure to introduce Lanny Boswell, Lincoln Board of Education President. Lanny.
Thank you, Dr. Weber. I want to thank the Scottish Rite of Lincoln for their constant support of our school district and for honoring our public school teachers. We know that we have a wonderful partner in those values. They join us in believing in the power of public education and in the knowledge that there is no job more important to our collective futures than being an educator. I would also like to convey Dr. Joel's regrets that he could not attend this afternoon due to travel plans. This award stands as a testimony to the impact educators have on our future, our community, our country. What a powerful reminder of the rich tradition of excellence at Lincoln Public Schools. On behalf of the Lincoln Board of Education and our superintendent, Dr. Joel, I would like to recognize and congratulate Jacque Rush as the 2019 recipient of the Scottish Rite Distinguished Teacher of the Year Award. I believe Jacque Rush and all the recipients of this award are more than just Scottish Rite winners. They serve as symbols representing the many outstanding educators in our school district and continuing the tradition handed down by many teachers before them. Today, Jacque joins this prestigious group. Mrs. Rush's contributions to the district can be seen in many areas. It is seen in the countless students whose lives are enriched by music, who take that passion and inspire others in our community and our world. It is felt by the families who benefit from the annual fundraisers Jacque organizes to provide access to music education for each and every student. It is the connection to school that students experience through their love of song and sense of belonging to something special. It is the inspiration and professional advancement that Jacque shares with her colleagues and fellow music teachers. We have a video from Jackie's coworkers as they talk about her work at Lincoln Public Schools. Let's take a moment to see what others have to say about Jacque.
Jacque Rush was an original staff member here at the building, so she's seen every day that Scott Middle School's been open, and she's been working with kids in music for a generation now.
The passion in her eyes for music and the importance about music just came through, and so that was kind of the first meeting with Jacque Rush.
I've known Jacque for a long time. Obviously, in the music world, we're all really pretty connected.
Our working relationship is not typical of most people's working relationships. She and I are more like sisters to each other, and we can tell each other anything, and so that makes work feel more like a family.
You know, if you know Jacque, she, you kind of go up to her, and it's almost like it's a little intimidating because her expectations are so high, and what she expects from her students is nothing but the best. And so once you realize, though, how much kids thrive off of that and love that in her classroom, it's great.
She's very jovial with the students, lighthearted. She has high expectations, but there's ways you can do that without being unpleasant or negative, and she's really good at that.
She's got that ear of a musician and as an instructor of music to understand what each student needs just by listening to what's going on as the group plays all together.
The number of students that want to be there, that want to be engaged, that love being a part of the instrumental program, I mean, that's really a tribute to her love of the band music and the love of the students, and really wanting them to be the best that they can be. So she's kind of like the Pied Piper of instrumental music in Lincoln Public Schools.
She gives a lot of praise. Hey, that sounds great. Or, oh man, you guys, you made me so happy. Look, I got goosebumps. You know, things like that. You can't fake that.
Kids see that she cares for them, and the way that she works with those students every day on an everyday basis is amazing.
There's a legacy, and if you probably put out this is going to be her final concert. If you ever were a student of Jacque Rush, come on, to Southwest, there'd be a ton of people there just because they come back and they want to hug her, they want to see her, they want to check in with her. Kids want to come back and be in her classroom, so she connects with those kids, and they know she cares very, very much about them as people as well as musicians.
She treats her band students like a family, like they're her kids. When you have those relationships established like that, people stay.
One of the funniest stories I have of Jacque that I have to share is when I was working on my PhD at UNL, then I got to go out and observe practicum students, and we happened to have a practicum student assigned to Scott Middle School. So that particular student was up on the podium conducting, and one of the trumpet players was popping their mouthpiece, creating a popping sound, and which is bad because it's metal against metal, which means the mouthpiece could get stuck in the lead pipe. And Jacque was sitting at her desk in the front, so she swings around, goes, "Who did that?" Well, middle school people, they're going to totally throw their friends under the bus, so they went, boom, like this, and so it was just hilarious.
How do you describe such a person, such as Jacque Rush, in one word?
Focused. She's really just focused on what she wants to do.
She's the Energizer Bunny, because she just she knows what she has for expectations, and she wants to go after it. So energy.
Hardworking. That's not fair though, because there's so many other elements. But she is extremely hardworking.
I'm going to say passionate. There's so many words that come to mind. But again, you walk into her classroom, into that band room, and she just breathes passion for her subject and education.
When I think about that Scottish Rite Award, to me, what you're recognizing is that above and beyond the time constraints of the job, above and beyond student relationships, above and beyond trying new things. And if you're not hardworking, you're not going to achieve those points.
First and foremost, I think I'd say thank you. Thank you for everything that you've done for our students at Scott. Thank you that you've done what you've done for everybody at LPS. And just continue to do what you can for our students. We appreciate you every single day, and there's a lot of kids in that building that appreciate her as well.
I'd say thank you for the music you've created and the impact you've had on children for, again, a generation of time.
I love you, and I'm so happy and proud for you that you received this award. You are the most deserving.
Oh, I'd give her a big hug. To say congratulations, Jacque, for your marvelous teaching career. You have made such a huge impact on so many students that probably students you don't even will know where that impact has impacted over time. So thank you so much for everything you've done.
We are so fortunate at Lincoln Public Schools to have such a high standard of excellence in our dedicated and professional staff of educators. At this time, I would ask Bruce Wood from the Scottish Rite to present the official portrait, and then we'll ask Jacque to say a few words.
Jacque, if you join me up here, please. Jacque, it gives me great pleasure to present you with the official portrait of the Distinguished Teacher of the Year for Lincoln Public Schools. And thank you for all you do for the students and the community. Appreciate it.
Oh my gosh, thank you. is humbling beyond all belief. And that's the first portrait I've ever had at my age. And so I'll tell you, when I got this award, I made a comment that was like, oh my gosh, I only thought science teachers got this award. And that is because one of those science teachers that I taught with at Freedstrom Elementary, oh my goodness, a very long time ago, Rosemary Thornton is here. And to just tell you what a Scottish Rite teacher does, she's also a violinist. And people didn't know that necessarily. And there was a time where we just only taught band if we were band, and orchestra did orchestra. But one year they decided the band director should teach orchestra. And I had this huge program with all my band kids. And Rosemary's like, you know what? I'll come and tune all your violins. And Rosemary, I will never, ever forget that. It was amazing to see you, because I haven't seen you in over 25, I don't know how long it's been, a really long time. So when you walked in here, I was just amazed, because she was the most amazing teacher. And so to be honored with this, when I know some of the other people that have gotten this, it's just, I just don't even know what to say. And to my colleagues that I work with, I want you guys to stand up, because they work with me every day and they have to put up with me in our pod area. But we have so much fun. Will you guys stand up? Megan, Julie, Chris, Kirsten, Paul, Lori. Honestly, I have the best staff in the world to work with, and we have so much fun. I have friends here that I've been friends with for like 45 years since college, and he was a colleague, of course, retired before me. I think I'm older than you, Arch. But oh, okay, and then he's the same age. And then it's exciting because he's going to come back and sub, and I get to work with him every day for the month of December. So it's just so exciting to see so many of you guys here. I'm just, humbled that you came out, and it's like surprising. So I just think this is amazing, and I want to thank you so much, Scottish Rite and Lincoln Public Schools, for this award. I don't even know what to say. So other than, can I get a copy of that video? I have one of my kids here, but I want the two other ones and my grandkids to see that, because they're going to like, Grandma? No. So anyway, thank you so much, and thank you so much for taking time on a Friday afternoon. And I know the people that are sitting at this middle table right here have got concerts and conferences to go to, because it's the week of the National Music Educators Association conference. So I am so humbled that you came, and friends that I have been friends with for so long that were retired teachers from Lincoln Public Schools, and my daughter-in-law and my son and my grandkids and my husband. I just want to thank all of you. And Marcy, I should have had you stand, because you were a former colleague with me at Scott too. And Jacque, who's now a principal, or he works at North Star, and he was an amazing band director. And I remember him going to Worlds of Fun with my band, and he brought his little daughter. And so there's so many connections with all of you. And in my administration, really, it's an amazing place to work, and it's amazing people to work for, the administration and Lance and Lincoln Public Schools. So thank you for everything, and thank you so much for being here. That's all I have to say.
All right. Well, we would certainly like to say thank you to everyone for joining us today and to help us to celebrate with Jacque. We have some refreshments. We have some bundt cakes over there. We ask that you stick around, share some fellowship with each other, get a chance to connect with Jacque, say thank you, and congratulations to her. Want to thank the Scottish Rite once again for coming and helping us make this day special. It is the most distinguished award that we could ever present, and we could not do it without the partnership with the Scottish Rite. So thank you once again. Let's enjoy some time together and check out the board.